Yay, we're live! Yay, finally! We apologize. We had some technical difficulties today, but that's okay. That's how we roll with it. You love tech until it doesn't work. Kind of how my day's going today, but that's okay. Welcome, welcome, you guys. Thanks for hopping on. If you're not familiar with StreamYard, you do need to grant StreamYard access so that we can see your comments. Thanks for tuning in. Say hey, let us know where you're tuning in from. We have the wonderful Melissa Braun today. We're going to be interviewing and chit-chatting. I've not heard her full story, so I'm super excited to hear about it. So welcome, welcome, Melissa. Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you. Nobody else has heard my story either, so this is
Ooh,
exciting.
I get to be the first. All right.
Yes.
I like it. I like it. I know. So we were kind of chit-chatting about this. We had some technical difficulties today that I've never had. It's kind of my bad. A little bit of a mess. I was like, this is my quarantine hair. I do care at this point. I'm literally getting my hair done after this, and I have never been so flippin' excited to get my hair done in my entire life. Yeah. But it is ugly under this hat, so this is the best I can do. That's okay. We roll with it.
You're pulling it off.
So. We're pulling it off. Melissa, so I just want you to kind of, first of all, thank you for being here. Hey, guys, I see you hopping on. Thank you. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Comment below so we can kind of see it. Hey, Victoria, thanks for hopping on. If you're watching this on the replay, let us know. Put hashtag replay. We really want to share Melissa's story, but also add some value for you guys. And if you find it helpful, let us know. So, Melissa, I have not heard your full story. And would love to hear. So just share a little bit about you, your background, and what brought you here.
Okay. I am from Austin, Minnesota. I have 3 children. I'm a single mom. My oldest is 20, and then I have a 17-year-old and an 11-year-old. My 11-year-old has epilepsy, so that keeps me very busy. But yeah, and I have a full-time job. I am an assistant manager to a townhome, and then I do maintenance for 2 townhomes. So it averages to be
You're
about
busy.
I am busy, 120 townhomes. And then I also do yard work for those, and then I help shovel in the winter. So yeah,
wow,
it takes a lot of my time. And then I have a side gig.
Yeah, I would say so. Okay, so I know specifically, we were just kind of chatting about this because I didn't know your story. So a little bit about your professional background, and then I know that you've been in network marketing before, and then now you've made the decision recently to move solely online and align a little differently. So just kind of give me the professional end of that, your story.
All right. So I started with network marketing about 3 years ago. I started because I wanted to get healthier. My father just recently, 3 years ago in October, died from glioblastoma brain cancer.
Oh my.
So it was very important for me to try to find a healthy way and try to incorporate that. So I was started with this company, and I went full in right away. I never ranked up. I felt wonderful. I loved the products, but it was very difficult for me to get out of my head and get out of my comfort zone and do the 3-way calls. And just, I didn't want to be that Pamela Anderson. So, and that's what I heard a lot. And I think so now that I absolutely love what I am doing and I love the products so much, I'm like a product of the products, because I'm like taking basically everything and I love it. And again, I started full in. As soon as I started with the social retail part of it all, I also took the products. So I started it all at the same time.
Awesome.
I've been doing that for 4 months now. In my second month, I did rank silver, which 2 months, and I ranked silver, which with my
and you
other
hadn't done
company
that before, correct? You had
no.
never, I mean, even though you were all in and you were still a product of the product, and honestly, your transformation, I'm sure, had to have been drastic because that's what got you started was previously, right? Yet
Correct.
even with all of that and your success story and being a product of the product, like to be able to like do that in the first little bit after how many years were you in prior? A couple, right?
3.
3 years and never at all? Like that is just, that is mind blowing to me. So talk to me a little bit about, because I think so many people watching, hey guys, thanks for your comments and the love. Let us know if you can relate to this, because this is really similar to my story. I'm actually impressed you only stayed 3 years. Talk a little bit about your struggle. Like, what was it that you really like? Because I know you probably did all the things. You were taking the product, you loved how you felt, and I've literally done a live on this. Just because you freaking like the products doesn't make it a good business model, right? Like, there's a lot of really good products out there, right? Can you guys relate? Like, I support a lot of my friends in multiple things. But, you know, I've heard, you know, what they say the acronym is for, you know, moms losing money because all they're doing is spending money on the product, right? And people are like, no, I don't want that business model, right? And I was getting that. So talk a little bit about that struggle, because I think so many people watching can really relate. You know, maybe they got their side hustle and they're like you, they're a product of the product. And, you know, that builds a certain amount of loyalty for the product, but a product, a business does not make. Like, that is just a fact, Jack. And I mean, the struggle is real. And at the end of the day, it's a business and it should turn a profit. Correct. So talk a little bit about that struggle, really get into that pain a little bit, because I think so many people can resonate with that.
So the pain for me was, the struggle was myself, trying to find my inner person and to get out of, to be, as Mindy says, getting comfortable, being uncomfortable, and asking those questions. But when I was doing my other business, I was not comfortable talking on the phone to other people and, you know, doing all of that. But now, like, I went from 350 friends to a little over 1,100 now. And I communicate with quite a few of them, actually. And it's great. But
do you feel like they've taught you how to expand that where you are now? Because sometimes it's not you, it's the model or a combination of that. So I know that, you know, you've been in, you know, fairly a short amount of time, and that you've stretched and that you've gotten more comfortable with being uncomfortable. But do you feel like you talked earlier about not wanting to be that spammy Tammy? So do you feel now like you are more equipped and you have the tools to help you expand your network and to be more successful to get that ranks that you've gotten so far?
All the tools and the training are there, and just so I think another huge part of all of this was the last company. I felt like I was working by myself, and it was a competition to for everybody to rank, but nobody wanted to help each other. And so to come into a company where they're greeting you and they want to give you that hug, which is a virtual hug, and all of the tools are there. Everything is there for you. And that comes in with when you get your package. So you can make it work, or you can make it not work. But it's you that has to decide that. And so my mindset has really shifted a lot. And I've really taken a lot of what everybody has said, ATMing and just building those relationships with people that you wouldn't be building relationships with, and talking to and getting to know strangers.
Yeah.
And it's great.
Yeah. It's amazing, actually, because it's that done for you model. Like you said, you were all in before, and then yet you take, you know, sure, you've grown and you're on your journey, but I think a lot of people don't realize that, you know, mentorship is kind of what I hear you saying, because you were struggling because you were so much by yourself. And I didn't have that experience before. I you know, I felt very supported, but by myself, if that makes any sense. I didn't have, for me, it was the roadmap that I needed, the step by step by step by step by step. Yeah. And so, you know, coming over here, look at this, like you've gone from really struggling over there and getting no help and no rank advancements to now it's like, all right, I've decided to build online, and what do? You've been very open, but then also, you know, having the right team and the right mentors to show you, okay, Melissa, so this is what I want you to do, and this is what I want you to do, and this is what I want you to do. You know, I think so many people, can you guys relate? Like, I was frustrated. I was like, just tell me what to do. Like, I was like, please, just don't tell me to like work on myself. I read every self-development. At the end of the day, you got to reach out to people, right? You've got to like, and you've got to know how to do it. And so for me, I was just blown away at the skill sets using attraction marketing, using the non-spammy ways. Because I'll be honest, I heard people crossing stage, you know, old school methods, and it was all about how the person wore them down. And I thought, oh my God, I don't ever want anybody walking stage going that I literally hounded them. I don't even care if they're successful at that point. It was like story after story. I was like, wow, they had to want it for themselves at a certain time, right? So now, you know, in moving forward, because I know you still work and you're still a mom and you're super busy. So how do you, because you've rank advanced a couple of times now already, even just getting started. What does it look like in your day? You know, maybe you're talking to an old me and I was like, just tell me what to do. Like what has been the biggest game changer into not just what you're doing, but fitting it all in the course of the day? What advice would you give? Hey guys, thanks for hopping on. Please grant StreamYard access. And say hey, drop a comment, let us know where you're tuning in from. If you're watching this on replay, let us know. Hopefully you're finding value in Melissa's story. Let us know if this resonates, if you feel me, because I totally have felt this way. So let us know. What would you tell the person? How do you manage the day? How do you build your business part-time?
Finding an hour a day. And with our team, we have what's called the Power Hour, and Green Light Go. So you go into Messenger, and any of those green lights, just start kicking those conversations and go. Just build those relationships and just talk to people. And I also have Bill and Victoria. I don't know if you have, they're in our group too. They were with the previous company and we all moved at the same time. And so it is nice having that, that I can fall back on in my own town. So I do have those. So when I come to work, because I work with Vicky. So when I come to work, she's like, hey, who'd you talk to today?
Did you do your power hour?
Did you do your power hour? Did you talk to people? Yeah.
Yes, talk to people. Oh my gosh, so people, they think that building online, I think there's a misconception out there that it means that you're not connecting with people. Well, now we're in these unprecedented times where that's all we're doing and connecting with people. And I think people are more open than they've ever been. Like our team right now is like fire, like, oh my God, like unprecedented in a good way. Yeah. And it's crazy.
It is crazy.
How many conversations I've had with people, and it's like, wow, I never want to hear anyone say that you cannot connect with someone. Like I have Messenger voice clips going all day. I love it. Yes, Victoria, fire. I see the fire emojis. Yes. And honestly, I really believe people are realizing A, that they need an extra little stream of income. And B, like some of these old school methods of going to meet someone belly to belly, person to person, like for me, that was time consuming. I don't know how involved you got in three-way calls, but I was doing them all. I mean, you can only fit so many in, but you get into Messenger, boy, bam, 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 bam. I can talk to 50 people in 20 minutes. I love it. So, you know, what about, I want you to give a little advice for someone You know, maybe they're in their last company and they feel like you did. Like, they're a product of the product. You know, they love that. You know, maybe they love their team, maybe they don't. But they're like, gosh, you know, like, I don't know. Maybe there's more. What is this? How do you do this? Yeah, I hear you say power hour, you know, but making a leap is really hard. It's a really difficult thing, I think, for a lot of people. And I think there's that doubt in your head that says, you know, well, I didn't do it over here. You know, so they might have a little PTSD, and I've had that happen, right? And they're moving over here going, well, you know, if I struggled over here and I struggled over here, and that may be true for some people, right? They're on their journey. But for you, that really wasn't the case. Like, it really was a different model for you, and you're just blowing through it. I'm super impressed. So, you know, what advice would you give them if they're still stuck and they haven't made that decision to look at other opportunities to just work online?
Well, I think the big thing is if they're still stuck, it's because they're stuck in their own head, and they've got that PTSD from the previous network marketing that they were doing before. You know, it isn't spammy, and there's like I said, there's so many people there to help you.
So
You're not going in with not knowing. And you know, the other thing that I get a lot, well, it's so expensive. Okay. I understand that,
gotta have some
but
skin in the game.
how many times do you drink that soda? I mean, 2 or 3 pops a day? How many times have you taken that Monster or that Red Bull? Or how many times have you tried those fad diets and it's just not working for you? Or the skincare line that you're trying so many times, you're doing everything. If you think about that,
Put your money in a lot of places.
put your money where your mind is, and you're gonna
so investing. I hear you saying really to invest in yourself. I would absolutely agree with that, because you know, you can't have that like scarcity mindset. And you know, like the average person that's building like a brick and mortar business, it takes thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and then a lot of them go out of business. And look how many are struggling right now. Honestly, you know, for me, it was, you know, when someone says that, I'm like, well, you know, what is this worth to you? Honestly, because you know, it's not just about, like, at the end of the day, it is a business to me. And I love what I do, and I love helping people get healthier. And my passion is helping now really moms do well. I'm so tired of these moms spending all the money on the products and not making money. So, you know, my thing is, are you willing to make money? And sometimes they just got to have a little skin in the game. So you have to be willing to invest in yourself. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that, you know, that mentorship piece is so important, because, you know, if you're going to build a business, you need, most people, you know, maybe they don't have marketing, or they don't have networking skills, right? Like for you, when you built online, you know, you only had how many friends?
347, I think it was.
Exactly. and you've like more than like quadrupled that, and you're already still ranked advancing. So, you know, for me, it was, you know, looking at the model, like the model was so important for, okay, sometimes it is, you know, between here, and sometimes it's just that the model is not working for you. So I'm super passionate about going, look, invest a little bit in yourself. Do you want to work online or not? Right? I just need a power hour. I don't need, you know, hours and hours and hours a day. You're going to turn a profit. Like, that is a thing. I freaking love the daily, getting paid daily. Isn't that fun?
Daily, and the fact that customers can also earn credit.
Yes. I'm like, man, we're just getting started, and this team is on fire. The time is totally now. And so, you know, I love it. Like, I love it. Like when I pick up my phone, I just hit the laptop, and I'm like, got paid. Got paid. Like, I love it. And to be able to build that for myself, and, you know, brand yourself. And there's not a lot of people teaching that right now. And then building it only online. You know, I'm done. I have done it all. I have done the booths. I have done the in-person presentations. I've done the one-on-ones. I've done so many freaking 3-way calls. It's hard to be the presentation and the, you know, oh, by the way, hi, nice to meet you. Presentation, questions. Oh, are you ready to get started? Like, people are like, whoa, you know, like they need a little bit more than that, right? So that's that ATM system, that attraction marketing system is super important in helping people, you know, go through that step by step. And that's probably why you've been super successful in just getting started. So, you know, I love that. I love hearing your story, especially because I had not heard it. And I didn't realize that you had moved over and went from like not rank advancing at all to really just on fire right now. I'm so excited. I'm so proud of this team. Like, I just can't believe like how much like is happening right now. And everybody's like, I have customers that are like, oh my God, this is bad. And I'm like, I know, like we went through like, I think like 7 months of product in like days. And it's just like, hey, that's what happens. Like people are wanting it. And it's the same with the business. And so for me, that's where I'm just really super passionate about. It's like, look, you're not happening over there. You're not turning money. Like I've had conversations with moms and they're like making like $50 a month, maybe $200 a month, maybe. That may sound like a lot to people, but I'm like, if you're making anything less than $500 or $600, like it's worth a look, right? It's worth a look. So, I mean, I think, you know, I don't know if you have any closing thoughts, but I would just say in closing, you know, if you are open to the possibility of making or adding an additional stream of income, there has never been another time than now. You could look at now and go and give me all the reasons of why you can't, right? Like we're in this time and I'm stressed or whatever. Or you could look at it as, you know what, now is really the best time to evaluate yourself, right? Like you did in moving and going, you know what, I've got nothing to lose really and everything to gain.
Everything to gain.
Everything, literally like friends, like, you know, team, mentors, and let's get paid daily while we're at it, right? So, you know, I'm so excited. We got to do this again because you're just going to keep blowing through this, I know, because the system is there. The time is now. So, you know, if you're watching this and you're just like, yes, I'm interested in learning how this is done. I want to make an extra stream of income. You know, my family might be hurting now, or maybe you're already in a company and you're like, all right, Em, I'm one of those that you talk to. I am like, you know, a mom losing money, and that's the business model instead of that, you know. I don't want to say it on the, but you know, it's like, that might be you. And listen, I'm not knocking anything out there, but I'm telling you, when you know better, you do better. And yes. I literally sat back and watched for 2 years and I was like, that is it. That's where I want to be. That's how I want to build. I want to be authentic. I want to be a person first and a business second. I don't want to bug people, right? And I want to get paid daily. So do you have anything in closing that you kind of want to share?
Well,
you have a pet? Usually that's the dog when it's coming in.
No, I have a book and I was going to end with a quote, but now, yeah,
I know.
I'll just have to put it in the comments because I can't find it. But Og Mandino, The Greatest Salesman in the World, is one book that I have started reading, and now I'm doing the script. So I have it right by my bed on my nightstand next to my bed. So yeah, it's a great book.
I love it. I love it. And I would say to anyone out there, you know, if you're not reading a book and you're in business, you need to always have that personal development piece. I think is super important. So Melissa, thank you so much. I appreciate your time, even with all of the technical difficulties today. And
that was fun.
I had never heard your story, but I knew you just got over and you just joined the team and you were like blowing through it. And so I just really wanted to hear. And I think there's a lot of people out there that can, you know, resonate with you and I and our stories and really just wanting better for ourselves and for our family. And there really is there's no better time than now. So I would encourage you, you know, drop an emoji. Let us know if you got some value out of this. We appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. We love you guys. And, you know, if you are interested and this is something that you're like, even just looking into, like, you know, then you can give it a strong yes or no. Reach out, you know, drop it in Messenger. If you want to have your conversation there, that's how we do it. The money's in the Messenger. Yeah. So let us know. Yes. Thank you guys for the love and the hashtag value. I appreciate it. All right, Melissa, thank you so much. And I'll see you guys soon. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.